Hello, guys, and welcome to the final episode of this season in League Two with Drayton Town on the career mode. Just want to say a big thanks to everyone who has supported the channel, liked and commented during the series as well. I want to try and push that up more. Want to get my algorithm out there, and obviously try and get more people to support the channel for next season as well, and try and get that on like my TikToks and Twitter and stuff like that, which I'm on as well. But yeah, we then kind of now jump into the next sort of I guess that this is a weird way. We're going to do 2 episodes for this. I'm going to do an end of season review at the end of this one, and then this one, which just includes the 2 games for May, which is the 2 final games of the season and the 2 most important ones, because this one, if we win or draw, we will win the league, because this is our game in hand. Normally it's after the end of the season that you play your game in hand. They normally just chuck it on the week after or something like that, but they've done it this week where I'm playing it a week early. So I'll get a game in hand, which is a chance for me to win the league up front against Doncaster Rovers, obviously at home as well, before our last game of the season. So a big chance for us. And we did really well here. We got off to the perfect start, 9 minutes in. Great ball in from the throw-in. Tommy lays it into Neil, takes the touch, curls it into the far corner, absolutely batters it into the roof of the net. And we go 1-0 up after 10 minutes. A quick start from us, and that meant that we then had to lose the game for us to give it away. Nearly did so as well. I rotated a couple of people. Jan was in goal, and it was a good save from him, but Doncaster getting straight back into it as well after we scored. And then we kind of sort of settled down, knew that if we get 2 goals, then the game would be safe. Neil did really well here all the way. Could have laid it in the Mikey, but it just hits a rocket there. I was going to swear. Absolutely fantastic shot right across the goalkeeper, in and off the post, and the sound when it went in, absolutely brilliant as it banged in off the post. And we then go 2-0 up, and then as soon as we scored, everything just went really wrong. Doncaster went straight back into it. Apparently it was a foul there. They did really well. They got lucky. I knew he was going to pull it back, but I went there too late. Jan could have done better. I say could have done better. He should have done better, and he knows he should have done better. But Doncaster make it 2-1. And then all of a sudden, we just went really sleepy. It was a good save from Jan there. Almost gave away a penalty. I'm pretty sure if I took another button on the circle there, that would have definitely been a foul for a penalty. And then Doncaster just walked all the way through. Miller was causing us problems throughout this whole entire game, and he almost made it 2-2. And then from the corner, it was a good corner in, and he won the first header, but it was a downward header. But there was 3 people there ready to try and tap it in. I'm surprised that no one did, but yeah, they're just waiting to get there. But the game was definitely sealed after we won the header. It was a poor Doncaster corner. They put a lot of people forward. I think they were trying to do MK Dons a favour. Neil just ran all the way, and he sealed his hat-trick, and his first one of the season, to smash it into the roof of the net and make it 3-1 and pretty much game over. And that is us winning the title. And then it sort of swung straight from kickoff. We won the ball. Joe Intuition cuts back in on his right and bangs it into the far corner, makes it 4-1. Game, set, and match. We are winning the league. Normally I do it on the last game of the season, add a little bit of drama, but Doncaster, for all their efforts, played really well, but they just kind of gave up, unfortunately. Not bad in a way that they gave up, but they tried so hard to get back into it. If it was a normal earlier in the season game, they definitely would have got back into it. I felt like earlier performance, we might have dropped the points there, but instead we went on, picked ourselves up, and went and won 4-1, including a few goals from Ocean and Neil to sort of seal the victory, I guess, in that sense. And yeah, we win the league with 1 game to go as well. The boys have really done well, really fantastic this season. At one stage, it looked like we weren't even going to get in the playoffs. We weren't even going to get automatics. Yeah, we just looked like we were falling off the pace a bit. It was just really not worrying in terms of that, but yeah, it was just really, really bad sort of performances from us. We didn't win for 7 games, and of course you'll see that in the end of the season review when I sort of reviewed the months. And yeah, it was just a really, really bad, I'd say experience for us, but we learned from it. But I don't think that if we do it next season, we're definitely not going to be able to get away with that in that sense. So yeah, really, really good that we managed to win the league. Really happy about that, and let's push on now for next season. Try and get in the top half of the table, because League One's going to be tough. I'd like to see that League One table on the first of July and see what sort of teams that we have and who we will be playing against. But even still, really great. We get the team photo here. Everyone's sliding in. All the squads there. They all deserve it. All played really well. Every single one of them. All contributed. Wouldn't have done it without every single player. Not one player don't deserve credit. So really fantastic. And we move on. And that is into our last game of the season, which was Accrington Stanley. They made so many changes. I didn't realise that the AI actually made changes, which is good because I'm not complaining. But even still, I'm really happy that this game has a lot of details in a meaningless game that they're just going to change the squad and go from there. So at the end of this, when we finish this game, which is a battering, by the way, I'll cut straight to me doing a recording of the end of season review straight away. So yeah, it'll be a live recording of me doing that. But we get off to the perfect start. Robbie into Jack, great touch, smashes it into the roof of net, 1-0. It took a while for us to get going. Sort of new team and stuff like that, kind of playing my cup team in a home formation, so it did felt really weird. Robbie then was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, fantastic save from him, point blank range to deny Robbie another goal. And in here, I don't know what the ball over the top was, but the defender didn't really get it. Sam did really well, could have gone all the way, laid it into Tony. I wanted Tony to score, and he hit that hard as he could into the far corner. Tony then makes it 2-0 and his first goal of the season, and then Accrington just fell apart. They finished like 4 places above the bottom from League Two, so they nearly actually would have gone down in real life. Tony threw on goal, great touch, almost brought it too close to the goalkeeper, but we got lucky, which made it 3-0 to us just before the break, and then straight away into the second half we sort of carried on where we left off. Really good football. Danny coming in on the right, I just pushed everyone forward. Look how well we used that wing, and what finish that is from Danny. Just calmly slots it into the opposite corner. Sometimes you wouldn't think people could score from there, but Danny did. What a finish that was, by the way, into the far corner. That is 4. And then we just really rocked on. We carried on where we left off in the first half to the second. Sam just took the midfield by storm. Great finish. I think it would have been a penalty, which I would have let Sam take it because I wasn't on the field at this point, and Sam would have won it. So Sam goes through, makes it 5 goals to us on the day. And then here, Mikey did well, brought the cavalry on, I guess, at 5-0 up. Just rested my best player to bring him on. Mikey did well, lays it across the nil. Empty net, makes it 6-0 to us just after the hour mark as well. And sort of players like this deserve it. And yeah, I'm surprised. If I brought him on any earlier, it could have been more than what it actually was. Myself did really well here, just into open space, power drives it, gets tackled, and then it falls to nil, just hits it. When you've scored 24 goals in a season, anything that you hit, you just fancy that's just going to fly into the top corner, and it did. And it's 7 nil to us. And then the icing on the cake was this goal from Sam. Nearly gets taken out all the way. Could have laid it to nil, but Neil's had 24 goals. Sam blocked the shot, or the keeper blocked Sam's shot, and Neil would have been fuming if that was in a league game. But then Sam made up for it. 1-on-1, Sam was the furthest player forward. Almost runs out of stamina. Guy chasing behind him, but he just absolutely wellies it into the far corner. What a finish that is. Makes it 8-0. And that was game, set, and match for us. So we won 8-0. Really fantastic for us. Almost gets one, but a bit of a funny one. The keeper actually handballed it out and then dropped the ball out at the edge of the area. And the ref didn't give a drop ball or anything like that. So I just thought that was a really funny moment. And if that would have determined our season, that would have been even more funny in that respect. But that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. I'm now going to cross over to myself doing a live recording. And yeah, enjoy the video. Stay to the end. Skip it if you want as much as you can. And I'll see you all later. Hello Gizbos, and welcome to the end of season review. So I'm just going to go through the whole of the sort of the campaign, the stats, and how we sort of going to line up going into next season. Who did really well this season, the player of the year, people in the team of the year, and how sort of like we, sort of performed over the period of months. Our highest better performances and our lowest performances as well. So a lot to take in and a lot to sort of digest. So we'll start with Mick, I guess, sort of I guess in terms of, I don't really want the manager. I suppose it'd be under my career. So clubs won, league titles won. Of course, we won the league. thanks to like one of the end of the season's games. Did really well in that terms. Biggest win was our biggest ever win that I've ever done on this. 8-0 battering of Accrington Stanley. Um, I think in terms of that, we made a lot of changes, but so did Accrington. I noticed two players in their team. And other than that, I didn't really notice anyone in all fairness. So I guess they can change their teams, which is quite nice to see. When we played Liverpool in the FA Cup, they went full strength with a couple of obviously reserves that I've never heard of. So that was our biggest defeat in the Cup. In terms of biggest defeat in the league, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a 3-0 loss somewhere along the lines. In terms of the games that we've done, well, we've made 600,000 actually this season as well. In terms of the games, we've played 60 in all competitions. We won 35, drawn 9, lost 16, scored 104, and conceded 64. So a positive win percent ratio and a positive goal difference as well, but only just in that respect as well. So it is all positive, and that's what we like. FA Cup, we obviously got to the third round, got knocked out by Liverpool. Didn't even get a replay. EFL Trophy again, round 3, got through the knockout stages and then lost to Pompey. League 2 we won. And then, of course, yeah, that's pretty much it in that terms. So not too bad, really. A half decent season, I'm not going to lie. We actually played quite well, so to do that in our first season is pretty decent. In terms of the league table, as you can see, scored 80, conceded 40, and a goal difference of 40. So bang, slap on the middle. Managed to win the league by 6 points in the end, but it's a really big gap. MK Dons and Wrexham will be coming up with us. I don't know who won out of the playoffs as of yet, but of course we'll see that at the end of, I guess, the start of next season. Actually, we'll see that. So other teams that are going to be staying in there, a couple of disappointing ones. Really, I expected Mansfield to do better. Wimbledon, even potentially like Notts County, even Gillingham. For a long period of time, from sort of February to definitely February to April, that sort of top 13 was ready to take the playoffs, and then it sort of just got a couple of gaps and points. Obviously, the top 3 really sort of took over, and then sort of like 4th to 6th, 7th maybe, and then there was just a couple of teams on the outside who probably lost a couple as well, in terms of getting outside of the playoffs. In terms of us, 46 games in League Two, won 27, drawn 8, lost 11 again. A positive win percentage and goal difference as well. So it's all positives in that respect. In terms of the FA Cup, of course, Arsenal won it, but we went out to Liverpool in some style. The Carabao Cup, we went out early doors as well into that. We got battered by Arsenal in round 4. The winners were Man City in the end. Don't want to do that. In terms of the EFL Trophy, it was won by MK Dons, so they do get a trophy this season. Beat Bristol Rovers in the final, who of course Pompey lost to, and then we obviously lost to them as well. In terms of League Two playoffs, was actually won by Walsall. So Walsall come up, they battered Stockport, and then Salford in the final. So Walsall will be joining with us, which is probably a fair shout considering where they finished. In 6th, they were a half decent side, and they did play some really good football. Not really bothered about who won the Champions League in that because it doesn't really affect us. So we'll go into League One next season, hoping to get a better start than what we did this time round. From the start of this season, of course, when we look back at the calendar, when we started, draws, a couple of wins here and there. We played quite well, sort of taking the league by storm. And then we lost a couple of games in September that we lost, and then got back on our winning track. Won, and then we draw a fair few. And then, of course, we lost to Arsenal in the Cup. And then, I guess, sort of this month weren't the greatest. 3 losses in the league, a draw as well. And yeah, no wins in the league that month. So November weren't really great because only 2 wins came in the Cup. And again, December, the start of the league, I think there was a period between sort of, if we look back to the end of October there, where we beat Mansfield 4-1, between then and Bradford, which is near us the end of December. So for 2 months, we didn't actually win a league game. A couple of draws. Crew was our first time we picked up points, and then we went on a nice little win streak again. So again, November and December is not really overly fantastic. More defeats in there, but this time it was the cup more so. A couple of league defeats, but a couple of there, and then really everything just sort of kicked on. Really, February dominated that month. March, a couple of a disappointing result against MK Dons, but of course they come up. Lost to Gillingham and Swindon, and then of course we get up to here where we just carried on winning. So not many defeats, quite a fair few draws, but hopefully going on to next season we can do better. But of course it's going to be harder. So we'll have the championship teams coming down as well. So it's going to be tough to see how we're going to get through that. Terms of the stats, I am just going to go through every player and how they did in their sort of stats. We'll look at their bonuses as well. The ones with the ticks, obviously the ones that they completed. But yeah, we'll go through that and see who did, did complete it. Ideally, everyone to complete it. That would have been my main aim, but of course, it's just not really possible. So I'm going to start from goalkeepers and work my way down. Just go through the squad in that general sense. Won't go through, sort of the top goal scorer, and that we'll just go through from the top to the bottom, and we'll just do a quick overview of how players performed. Sov, 6 clean sheets. Ideally, would have expected better. 6 clean sheets and 21 appearances, of course, with the home games, not great. I'm sure Sov would be disappointed with that with himself, but sometimes you just can't help it. So hopefully Sov can get better in next season. And then Ian, 6 clean sheets again, kind of the same as Sov, not overly fantastic. If we're being honest, it's stuff that needs to be improved. Jan, 4 clean sheets. Did actually quite well. He got all of his clean sheets in the cup. Only played 1 league game, but yeah, sometimes the cup goalkeepers do perform that little bit better, I think. But yeah, really decent. I guess in terms of ratio to 6 to 24 and 21 and 4 to 12 is obviously much better. So yeah, that's fine. Ryan, good number of appearances and good stats. 43 appearances, 15 clean sheets, which is decent for him. Ryan actually was one of the top performers. I think he got a red card. I know that much, and did miss the end of the season. Where Morgan and Jack sort of had to cover, and they did well when sort of called on, and that's how good the squad rotation is in terms of this. This sort of way that we go with all these players that we got. Of course, Morgan, 5 clean sheets and 11. That's pretty decent for him in that respect. Chris, 4 goals, 1 assist, and 12 clean sheets. Pretty solid. Defender gone up by 2 rating as well. Same as Dan, 2 goals though, and 12 clean sheets, but no assists. But again, solid from Dan, the leadership captain that he is. Tyler, first season here, really good season. 5 clean sheets and 48 appearances. Made quite a lot of appearances. Chris had a 3-game suspension as well. Tyler coming in on the cup games and performing quite well. So really good from Tyler. Jaden didn't really play much, but called upon when needed. 5 clean sheets is pretty decent. Ian again didn't really get called up much, but probably will be looking to utilise these different players next season. In terms of that, but again, really good numbers for him. Novio, of course, scored that screamer, I think, away at Salford. Absolutely rocket into the top corner. He got 1 goal, 4 assists, and 16 clean sheets. Really good numbers from him. Dave, again, didn't really play much, but when he did, performed well. Got 5 clean sheets and 12, almost 50%. Paul, 42 games, 1 goal, 18 clean sheets. In terms of the goals and assists, would expect a little bit better and would hope that I can get better from him. Same as Tommy, 1 goal, 3 assists, 18 clean sheets. So the clean sheets between them both was rock solid in that sense, but going forward, you would want a little bit more. Alfie, again, good performances from him. He scored a screamer in the MK Dons game. Absolute rocket, and I think that is up there in contention with goal of the season, in all fairness. Absolutely thunderbolt that it was into the top corner. So good numbers from him. Swagbo, of course known as Sam, first season here, fantastic numbers, 6 across the board, 6 goals, 6 assists and 6 clean sheets. Really good numbers from him to come in and perform the way that he did, so really happy for him. Tony, again, just like the other French players, coming in and perform when needed. He actually scored 2 against Accrington, which boosted up his numbers and performance rates, so really good from him. Myself, not too bad, more goals probably. Would like to have got more goals, if I'm gonna be honest. I expect more goals from myself as well, but even still, the assists kind of make up for it. 17 assists, and if you put the goals and the assists together, the contribution level is quite high in that respect as well. Jack's good numbers from him as well. Did actually quite well in terms of coming in when needed. Played a lot of games at left back and a lot of games, of course, coming off the bench. But even still, when needed, did really well with 6 goals from him. So really happy for him in that sense as well. Neil, of course, got player of the season. Fantastic season that he had, one of his best that he's had under Drayton Town, and being a creative player that I've done him for. 24 goals this season. He's never got that high. I think his highest was barely 11 or 12, especially from a centre attacking midfielder's point of view. Even still, fantastic numbers from him, showing his experience and leading the line really well. I'm really happy that he managed to get 24 goals and 8 assists as well. Decent numbers to contribute. Danny, good numbers again, 5 goals expected, maybe a little bit more in terms of goals, but it is what it is, and maybe next season Danny can perform a little bit better. Be kind of the same as similar numbers for me, just kept more clean sheets than me, but got less assists, same amount of goals. But again, the winger just proven really well and performing well. 7 goals, 10 assists, and 17 goal contributions in total. Kean, good numbers from him as well. 6 clean sheets, 6 assists, which is really good from a winger. Got almost the same as B's assists and played less games, and 2 goals as well from him. Mikey, a good season from Mikey. I'm not saying it's not bad. 16 goals is pretty good number in League Two, but of course, Mikey, in all fairness to him, I'm pretty sure he would have expected himself to potentially get 1 or 2 more throughout the season. But yeah, really good numbers from him. And then Ocean, fantastic numbers, 7 goals from him, 5 assists, really good numbers and contribution as well coming off the bench. And then Robbie, his first season here, 7 goals for him, the same as Ocean, but in less games. 2 clean sheets, as 2 assists, sorry, as well, and 6 clean sheets. Really good numbers in terms of that. And in terms of the clean sheets, none of the goalkeepers did it. Ryan got his clean sheet bonus because that's what he had. Dan got his bonus with clean sheets as well. The other players to do it was Tyler, because he was on appearances. Jaden and Ian actually didn't have any sort of clean sheets in that respect, or any bonuses, should I say. So he didn't grab his. Dave actually got his because he was on 5 clean sheets, so he did it as well. Novio just missed out. He was on 25 clean sheets, so it's quite a way for Novio in that respect. And then in terms of sort of like the midfielders, Paul, he got his with 15 clean sheets, so Paul got his bonus. Tommy, 10 goals, nowhere near it, unfortunately. Alfie, 10 clean sheets, just off it as well, which was quite close. Sam Crossland actually got his bonus, so he came in, got loads of goals, and also got his bonus as well, so not too bad start for him. Tony, 15 appearances, he didn't get it, just missed out. I didn't get my goals, I was 7 off from getting that. Jax actually got his bonus with 5 goals that he needed. Neil smashed his bonus, he did it really early in the season. Danny did his bonus as well. B needed 15 goals, he got 7, the same as me. Kian needed a couple more goals to get his bonus. Mikey, 4 off, and like I said, Mikey could have had more goals during the season as well, so he'll be disappointed that he didn't get his bonus. And I think that's the first time that Mikey's not got his bonus. And Robbie was quite a way off, and Ocean was only a couple of goals off from his bonus. So a couple of players did it. It's okay that, you know, some players did do it and didn't do it. I'm not sort of bothered about that. It's just nice that sort of players are doing their, you know, players can get their bonus in that respect as well. So yeah, really good sort of season development. Everyone's done quite well. Form and ratings are going up, which is, you know, what we want in this. Highest players are me and Mikey on 67, Neil on 66. So yeah, really good sort of performance from everyone. Really happy with it. We'll go into League One. I'm really sort of confident, building off what we've done here. I will change obviously the kits, and you'll see that as well. I probably won't do like what their bonuses are. I won't do like a sort of a video on that. I'll just do it towards the end of the season as well. We made 19 million as a club as well, so that's not too bad as well. So hopefully we can put that into stadium and, you know, sort of updates in and around what we need to with the coaches and stuff like that to train our players. But in terms of team management, I might change the team. I'm not 100% too sure how I'm going to sort of play it with the formations. The away one, this one will definitely get changed just for the fact that I don't like sitting that deep. We tried to not concede a lot of away goals, and we had one of the worst away records in terms of conceding goals as well. So not overly fantastic. So something that we need to look at as well. The home one was absolutely dominating in terms of that as well. So yeah, really happy with what we've got. Really, really good with what we're building here. I just want to say before I go, a quick thank you to everyone here that sort of watched, commented, liked, everything like that. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch it out your days. I'll probably upload maybe this one and maybe one more towards it. But if I don't manage to get any sort of more videos between now and next week, I just want to say have a great Christmas. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your time with your family. Obviously, remember, like, it's not all about presents, it's spending time with that sort of the family and the loved ones, and just be really close with them and just enjoy the day, and the good vibes and stuff like that, and then we'll come back to normal reality after that, especially after the last couple of years that we've had in terms of the world, with coronavirus and stuff like that in the last few years. We're just trying to get back to normal. How messed up some of the society is, and all the killings that seem to happen every day in the world, and yeah, just people losing loved ones in awful situations, of course, what's going on in different countries and that as well. So yeah, stay safe, guys. Really enjoy your Christmas. Again, thanks from me. I hope you enjoy these videos. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's not just EA that I do on here. I have got a For Honor montage coming out. I am playing For Honor as well, so I'm trying to get better at that and do them sort of games as well. So yeah, really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, and I shall all see you for the next episode, which will be next season.